Welcome to this look at a new mod map on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. This is WYTHER FARMS. This is a new map out. This is by MISSYB. MISSYB has brought out a load of mods over the last few months, probably a year actually. But this is a map from MISSYB. I was lucky enough to be kind of part of the initial discussions about this. I want to apologise to MISSYB now because she did send me out a pre-release kind of work-in-progress version to PC for me to have a look over, which I tried to do. My PC, I'm having to uninstall and reinstall everything on Farming Simulator. Something is causing a problem. It's probably a mod. I couldn't get as much done and looked at it as I could have done, or should have done. Not could have, should have done. So apologies to MISSYB for that. But we're here now, we're on console, we're having a look. If I didn't already say, 194.588 megabytes to download, so not too high on the slot count. We start in the northeast corner of the map, on the roof of the livestock market, having a cold drink and a barbecue. Peculiar, you may think. Right, we're going to jump down the ladder here. Now, well, the other thing is there's not a ladder off of here, I don't think. So we may just have to drop off the roof. But anyway, and we're kind of straight into our sell points. We've got our first bits already here in the northeast corner. So our livestock market trigger is just around here. So for buying, selling, loading or unloading up at the livestock market is just up here. We have got the livestock barn sell point. Oh, that's interesting because I didn't even notice that when I had a quick whiz round. So if we go to our map, as we see, we're up here. So we've got the animal barn and we've got the livestock market sell points, which are both up here. And obviously then we've got the animal dealer, which we just looked at. So livestock market sell point is just there. But that one, I'm not sure. Maybe something will come up on the screen to explain what that is. I'm going to have to go away and double check that. Right, so that's the first of our sell points and buy points for animals. What I'm going to do is head along the road here because we've got Titch's Agri we're going to have a look at. A few of the beta testers that helped MISSYB have been thanked by being part of the map, which is brilliant. I like that a lot. Alien Jim has had quite a bit to do with it as well. I know he helped MISSYB out quite a lot when she was starting out in modding and that kind of thing, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, this is seasons ready. It is production pack ready. The production pack that came out by Farmer Manu recently, which I think has had to go away for a bit of an update, but it is production pack ready. It is precision farming ready. This is Titch's Agri, one of our main sell points. And it is also, as far as I can tell, it says old production pack. I think the factories mod, which you probably just saw from the screen here, if we scroll right across, there are no custom crops. But what we do have along the end here is all the things you can do with the factories pack, the factories mod, are across the top. And if we go further down to pallet warehouse, we have got sell points for a lot of that stuff as well, or a sell point put in. I think as we go further across anymore. No, it's just the pallet warehouse as far as I can tell. Oh no, here, let's go a bit further. I knew there was another one, and the shop. So I know there was a lot of issue and has been a lot of issue with the factories mod causing problems with animal pens because it's linked to, and I think the production pack is linked to as well. But it's all on here, so it's kind of ready for anything really, which is, you know, it's quite cool to have that as an option. What I'm going to do is jump from here. Now, we've got a lot of Scottish flags knocking around all over the place. It does say this map is fictitious. It is based in the UK. I'm thinking Scotland. But we do have a few Canadian flags as well, because then I thought, oh, maybe it's Nova Scotia. But it definitely says UK. So what I'm going to do is head down to where we're actually going to start the tour from. It's unusual. I say unusual, maybe not, depends how you view it. But to start up here in the northeast corner, when the main farm is kind of down in this area here, and then there's another farm down the bottom. Sell points are dotted around, and there are a lot of sell points on this map too. I'm doing this map tour on normal, economy and new farmer, as I always do. Onto the map, what do we start with on new farmer? Well, we start with field 12, we start with the main farm, field 14. The animal pens are all in place. They are fixed. They can't be sold. But we do have the pens are all there. And if you come onto this on Farm Manager or start from scratch and you don't own this plot to buy is only 105,000, 104,000 something, nearly 105,000, which is pretty cheap. On the subject of that, field prices aren't too bad. When you look at some of the sizes of these fields, 493 grand, 288. You know, there's something for everyone. We do come all the way down to 38 grand there for that double plot. Now, where we're going to start the tour is down here at the horses. Now, we don't own that when we start on New Farmer, but to buy that's only 16,380. We do a farm silo on that one, and there is also a farm silo at the main farm, which we're going to get onto in a little while. Both of those hold 1 million litres, which is pretty cool. As far as slot count goes, looking at that, 536 slots out of 1,299 on New Farmer. If you come on Farm Manager or start from scratch, that drops down to 374, which is pretty low on both of those, but you start with nothing, no machinery, nothing at all. So on Farm Manager and start from scratch, 374 slots, you start with nothing. New Farmer, 536, but we do have a load of machinery and equipment, which we are going to have a look at. Now, the silos are fixed in place too, but MISSYB, as with, I think, like Alien Jim does, there's a few of MISSYB's mods she's added in on this map, so they're kind of there in the store already. As you can see as well, which is a lovely touch, I do like this when map makers do this, the biogas plant on New Farmer when you start is free, but even if it's not, it's only 26,904 to buy. So if you come onto the other ones, you don't own it, it's not expensive to buy. When we get around to the biogas plant, we'll have a look at what you can put into there, because that's pretty cool too. So bear with me just a minute. So here I am now down in the southwest corner of the map, down at the horses, or the stable, or whatever you want to call it. So this is a kind of smaller farm. I think this is Titch's farm. I think from the main road there's a sign that says Titch's farm. So we've got Titch's Agri, we just went past, but this is Titch's farm. We have got our animal dialogue box here for our horses. This pen will hold 16 horses. We have got our feed trigger and our water trigger just here. We've got a little building to the side, which is a workshop. So we do have a workshop trigger in here at this farm, very nicely added. We do have a fence down here, which is quite handy because we're going to need that. We'll have a look at all the equipment we start with in a little while. We've got a few buildings. Now's probably a good time. Yeah, we'll have a look at it now. Why not? And we've got some MISSYB silos. Like I say, this one holds 1 million, and this is a multi-fruit silo. It holds pretty much everything, as is the one at the main farm. Now, I don't know if it's supposed to be like this. On the Mod Hub website, it shows this a picture kind of from this angle with a farmhouse here, which is a sleep trigger, which MISSYB has added in. But on New Farmer, well, on all three when I came on, it's not here. So I don't know if this has been left on purpose, so you can actually just then pick where you put your sleep trigger. That's entirely up to you then. I can't imagine why it would be missing other than that, because it's in the kind of store menu placeables to actually put down if you want to, but that does give you the option of where you want to place your farm should you wish to do so. We have got a couple of bits of equipment. A lot of our grass work stuff is down here, so we do have a FBP 3135 IntelliWrap. We've got a windrow, and we've got some other grass work equipment. Actually, probably now is a good time to look at the equipment. If we go to our garage menu, like I said, 536 slots out of 1299 on New Farmer. We start with a Fendt 724 Vario, a Fendt 1050, a Rostelmash RS M161. We've got a Manitou MLAT. We've got a TAW 30 Agroliner trailer. We've got the header, Draper Stream 900 for the Rostelmash. We've got the Vaderstat. That's the cultivator. We've got seeder. We've got herbicide and fertilizer sprayer. We've got lime and fertilizer spreader, mowers, tedder, windrower, baler, and then we've got a bucket, shovel. So like I say, as you can see, there are no buildings or anything you own. They're all in place. They're all on the map already. But if we then go across one, actually come out of that, owned items, to placeables. If we scroll across an animal pens, we've got no animal pens modded. We can pick standard ones. Under miscellaneous, MISSYB has put in a large racking system. There is a Karcher pressure washer that we do have out on the map. Under silos, We've got a whole load of options here, and some of these are in place, some aren't already. But we've got fuel storage, AdBlue storage, grain quid storage, large extension silo, compact storage extension, small storage, liquid tank. So she's put a whole load of stuff in here as options if you want them. Decoration, there wasn't anything. Sheds, we've got the MISSYB shed, the drive-through shed. There's a few of those knocking around on the map already. And then under farmhouses, there's the MISSYB farmhouse doormat that says welcome on it for 125, or the farmhouse for 45 grand, which also isn't too expensive. Either of those you can have as your sleep trigger. It's nice to have them put in there as an option, so you can place them wherever you want on the map. I think that's it. Oh yeah, actually, let's get there. I haven't gone through and checked all tools and equipment. I know some map makers of late have been putting in modded vehicles with all sorts of capacities. But I do know that under miscellaneous, she has put in the MTU 25 and the MTU 60. Now that could be part of the fact that one of the silos is in there that has it as part of the pack, or she's put them in specifically, but they are in here, and these will take pretty much all of the liquids and things that you might want to transport around the map. So a load of really nice stuff added in, which adds into what we need to be doing. I'm going to grab the fence. Let's get around and start looking at some more of the sell points. So from here we're going to head out onto the main road. One thing, well, another thing, I can always say one thing. Something else to add into this is the traffic is brutal. It doesn't slow down for junctions, it doesn't slow down for anything as far as I can tell. So you might have to be a little bit careful when pulling out into traffic. It can get a little bit hairy every now and again. Now if we turn out here, which is where we want to go, I'm sure it's a Titch's farm on that sign there, yep. And a few of the sell points are clustered quite close together. Then we've got a bit of a drive to get to some more, but that's fine because we get to have a look at the map. The map is fairly flat. There are a few undulations here and there. It rises up a bit towards the northwest. But for pulling equipment around and stuff, you shouldn't have too many problems. We do have a fuel point just there. And here we've got slurry manure sell points. What I will do is we'll click on here and go across one and we'll have a look. I kind of already partially kind of showed you this menu already, but as far as sell points go, if we scroll up, you'll see we've got alien grains, all grains, animal barn, biomass, biogas plant, farm shop, Lily's grains, livestock market, manure yard. The manure yard I think is where we are now, and you should be able to sell our manure and slurry, or it's a slurry yard separate on this. Maybe they're done as separate ones. Milkway, NYD Spinners Limited, Knights Wood Chips, Pallet Warehouse, Raws Potato Shop, yeah, slurry yard, Sweet Sugar, the Barnyard, Titch's Agri. So we got a lot of sell points. So slurry manure we can sell just there, and then we'll continue into a yard just here. Actually, no, we'll go up the road first because there's a kind of route round I want to do to get everything in as efficiently as I possibly can. The next of the sell points, as we're heading kind of diagonally, we're heading northeast. Well, yeah, we're heading northeast actually. North is that direction. We've got all grains, which is another one of our main sell points, just here. And swing back around and back down to this little triangle here. Got a few sell points clustered here. So we've got Aliens Grains, which is just there. We've got MYD Spinners, which is your spinnery sell point for wool and cotton. Sell point is just to the side of the building there. We've got the farm shop. I want to say farm shop. Yeah, the farm shop sell point, which is just here around the back. It's quite tight to get in and out of depending on what size trailer you're using. So that's here. But then what we've also got just past it, we've got a buy point. So this silo just here is a buy point. You can buy seed, straw, pig food, hay, fertiliser, lime, silage, liquid fertiliser and herbicide from this buy point. All of them you pay for apart from lime. Lime is free, which is rather nice. So lime is free. And then we've got a barn sell point just here, which I've immediately forgot the name of, having just looked down the bottom. We might have to zoom in a little bit on that, I think. So let's go on to that one there, and oh, the barnyard. So yeah, NYD Spinners, Aliens Grains, Farm Shop, and then the Barnyard, and then we've just gone past the buy point, which is just there as well. So quite a few on top of one another here, but oh, that was, I think, while we're here, all of these yards are purchasable. As you can see, they're all quite large. There's plenty of room on them. So for placeables, maybe other silos, other sell points, whatever you want to do. If we go back onto this menu here and look at our map, if I click on that to buy, it says 0, but you don't just buy that. For 0, normally I would say the periphery, and you kind of get all the edges of the map, but all of these points where you've got sell points, all of these plots of land then become available for you to pick up if you want to, all of them, for 0. Doesn't cost anything, so you can buy them all. And like I say, they've all got plenty of space around them, plenty of room, so for putting placeables and things down if you wanted to, it does give you a few options. Again, that's a nice touch. Often on maps, all of these areas, when you suddenly think, oh, you know what would be great if I could put down this or whatever it might be you want to put down, and then you can't. So I haven't tried across the whole map for placeables themselves, but it is nice that you can buy that, and it doesn't cost anything either, that which is quite handy. Sometimes on maps it's like 99 million to buy the periphery. It's like, well, okay, I don't think I'll bother at the moment. We are now heading east along the southern part of the map. We're going to go to the biogas plant. We're going to carry right the way along to the southeast corner of the map where we've got some more sell points, and then we'll do a bit of a run backwards. As you can see, it is fairly flat everywhere. I say everywhere, not everywhere, but and there's bits of woodland. Now there are fences and hedges, but we're going to get onto that later too, because again, MISSYB has done a bit of magic for us, which again makes life much easier. They can be removed if you want to remove them. So, biogas plant, just here. We've got 3 large bunker silos just there. We've got a digestate tank just over here, so your byproduct from anything you put into the biogas plant is just here. Now, I had a conversation with a subscriber recently, because I mentioned on one of the map tours, I like the fact that you have these low-level tip-in sell points, and the point was raised, it doesn't matter, because if you're selling silage, if your silage has been in a bunker silo anywhere, you've got to get it out of the bunker silo anyway, which means using conveyor belts or a bucket or a scoop, whatever, even if you're going to put it into a lorry at the other end. But the thing is, with biogas plants, a lot of them, it's not just silage that you can sell here, because you can sell on some of them wood chips, some of them potatoes and sugar beet and that kind of thing. That does become more relevant, because it's far easier to pull up and back up and tip in a whole load of sugar beet or wood chip or whatever it is you're putting in there, as opposed to having to then have conveyor belts or a bucket or a shovel. Now, some people prefer the bucket and shovel technique, but it is a tip-in one, and I like that as an option. Which brings me on to what you can actually sell at the biogas plant, which is also pretty cool. So we'll go back across to this menu. We'll go back up to the top to biogas plant. And if we scroll across, you will see that we can sell slurry, we can sell manure. I'll kind of put an arrow on the line. We can do our hay and straw. You can't really do grass. Is that right? Is that the right way around? We can do our silage. But what we can also do is wood chip. Look at the price of wood chip, 1619. If we keep going, we can also do sugar cane, sugar beet, and potatoes. So the biogas plant takes a whole load of different stuff. I like the addition of wood chip. I think that's brilliant. It makes it more relevant and more usable. I like the idea of potatoes and sugar cane as well. I'm trying to think of one I've come across recently where a biogas plant has taken sugar cane. So yeah, pretty cool biogas plant, nice addition. And if you don't own it, depending on what you're coming on as, it's not expensive to buy either. So nice additions. Carrying on from here, we're going to carry on to the southeast corner. Well, we've got the biomass plant. We've got a root crop storage facility for all intents and purposes. There are 2 separate sell points. That's going to pull across in front of me, isn't it? Yep. And then what I'll do is probably the drive back. We're going to come to that turning you just saw. So what I'll probably do is skip a bit of the drive back, and then we'll continue on. But there's a lot of additional features. I've always said that about Alien Jim's maps, that I like the playability of them. You don't have to use the options if you don't agree with them, if you don't like them, if you don't like, you know, whatever it might be that's been included. You don't have to use them, you can just run it as a normal map. But I like the options in there. The fact that this has got all the stuff for the factories mod, for the production pack, the fact it's precision farming ready, seasons ready, you know, all it's there, kind of everything's ready to go if you want to. So we're almost there. Now, maybe a lot of people, again, we got the situation, we've got a lot of overhanging trees over some of the roads, and not everyone likes that. Again, if you drive in cab a lot more, like first person, it's not too much of a problem. It's when you're out of cab that the overhanging trees can, you know, I know a lot of people don't like that very much, but if you have got a map like that, either remove them or drive in first person solves a lot of that problem. So, biomass plant, just there, that takes wood chips. And then we've got sweet sugar, and we've got Raw's potato sell point, I think it is. I don't want to get that wrong, so let's go back to our map. So we have come from all around here and all these, all the way across the bottom to the biogas plant. We've then come all the way across here, and we are now at, yeah, sweet sugar, biomass, and Raw's potato shop. So we've got sweet sugar, I think it was the, yeah, sugar beet this side. This does sugar beet and sugar cane, you can sell here. And then Raw's potato shop is this side for doing your potatoes just here. So what I'm going to do now then is head back to that turning. I will see you in a moment, and then we will continue. We are coming up on the turning now, so we're going to start heading north. Let's turn in here. The traffic does come this way as well, so don't do what I did and stop to have a look at the scenery and then get hit from behind by a cement lorry. Never fun. So we're heading up to the main machinery store now, and then we're going to kind of come back down the diagonal road there. You'll see, I'll show on the map where we are and where we've been. That's what I generally do. Apologies for the sort of delay in this. I know this came out on Friday, it's now Sunday. I was travelling home, and you know, all the things that go along with that, so it was a little bit tricky to get it done yesterday. Now, this is nice. I like what MISSYB has done here. We've got our main machinery store. It's a class dealership. Very cool. Nice big area. Your reset point is here, so if you need to reset any machinery for any reason, it resets to the yard here. We have got our sell, repair, customise point just in here underneath. All this stuff is brilliant. The detail on all of this, it's great. Really cool. But what's even better, and I think this is a really, really nice touch, I'm trying to think of any time I've come across this before. On console, I can't think of a time I have come across this. Now, all of our machinery that we looked at that we own, some of it is at the two main farms, a bulk of it is here at the store. So it's kind of part of the showroom. When I first came in and looked around, I thought, oh, that's nice, that's pretty cool. But we own some of this stuff, which is brilliant. We've got a class harvester over there, but our Russell Mash 161 is here, look. Turn the engine off. We've got our telehandlers here with this bucket. That's ours. We can get in that and we can take that off to our... I mean, from a narrative standpoint, from a storytelling thing, it's brilliant. That's ours. That's ours. It's a little bit dark in here. There's no lights. That's one thing I will say. There's no lights in here, but... and our other Fent is here, and is that our plough? I can't think if that was ours or not. I don't think that is ours, is it? But again, it's not just plonks, and our header is here as well. In case you're wondering or worried, the harvester fits out through that door, no problem at all. You look at the door and think, there's no way that's going to go out there. It does, it fits. I did try it, because I thought exactly that. But it's a clever idea. I like it. I think a lot of times when you get the main store, especially when you start on a map, it's kind of underutilised in that respect. That when you've got a showroom like that, having it mixed in with some of the stuff that's on the showroom, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It's a cool way of doing things. So yeah, very nice touch that. So That's what we'll do. Jump back in. No, it won't be for everyone. I know a lot of people might not like the idea, and it might be, you know, you'd rather have your stuff at your farm because you don't want to have to spend the time taking it from there to your farm. But it is what it is. It's there. It's, you know, like I say, I think it's great, but not everyone will agree with that, and that's fine. We're all entitled to our own opinions, of course we are. Right, I'm going to go back down this way. We're going to get to the main farm in a minute. I'm trying to fit everything in. I've just realised what I missed. Right, I'll show you on the map, but I missed it. We've got a placeables bit there. There are a couple knocking around. There's a placeables kind of yard, a bit like that, which is across from the biogas plant. And I meant to show it on the drive up, and I completely forgot as I drove up. But I'll show you on the map. But as we're driving down, I might as well explain. There is a placeables bit you can buy near the biogas plant, but it's covered in trees. So if you want to buy it and use it, you have to clear the trees away first before you can use it. Now, I think the first time I ever saw that done was on Spectacle Island, when Jim first kind of introduced that idea of clearing the yard at the farm before you could use it. So it's nice, and I like it. Again, nice addition. So here's our shop, another sell point just here. What I am going to do, let's whiz through here. We'll get to the petrol station in just a minute. If we come through here, I'm going to cut across the grass. Apologies, there is another route into here. We've got this little lake. The water is free from here, so if you want to get your water, you can get your water from here. But I know there are loads of placeables available, and people often put placeables at their farms. Go across the bridge here. Now, I know when it was a work in progress, MISSYB was hoping to have this as a playable chessboard. The chessboard is still here on this little island, but there are no pieces. I don't know whether on PC it's available as a playable chessboard, whether it wouldn't work on console, I don't know. But the chessboard is here on this little island. It's just one of those little features that's hidden. If you never come into the middle here, you're never going to come across it, but I thought I'd show it. So we'll head back out from here to the petrol station. Now, often I will just drift past the petrol station, say petrol station, there you go. But the petrol station has some other features too, which we'll take a look at. Pull out and go into the petrol station. So our petrol station here is a place for buying petrol, diesel, fuel here, but it's also a sell point. You can sell fuel here. There is a fuel point further down the map, and you might want to put other placeables around if you want to. So you can sell fuel as well as buy fuel. We have got the jet wash area over here, so at the petrol station we can come and jet wash our machinery if we want to here. At the cartridge one, that was in the modded section, that's on the map. But we've also got a place here for selling water. So you can sell water here as well. Like I said before, whether you agree with it or not, if you think selling water or selling fuel was a cheap way of making money, that's great. You don't have to use it. Absolutely not. You don't have to. If people want to use it as a way to get a bit of extra income or to make some money to get going when they start the map, again, like I've said so many times before, how everyone plays it, play it however you want to play it. If you want to do that, do that. If you don't, don't. You know. But I do like the fact the option is there if you want to. So we're going to continue back up towards the main farm. Hoping I haven't missed anything. Don't think I have. We're going to take in two sell points, not sell pints, sell points just past the main farm. We've got Lily's. My mind's gone blank. I know there's Milkway. We'll get there in a second. It says it on the signs. Just drawing a blank. We are coming up on WYTHER Farms, which is just there. You can see. Before we get to that, we've got the pallets sell point, so that factories mod sell point. If you do put any of the factories down, you do make any of that stuff, if you get it to work and you want it to work, the sell point for all of that is just there on the left. That's the pallet sell point. We're going to go quickly past WYTHER Farms, then come back. Otherwise it's going to make it a weird route round, but it does say it on the walls here. I could have just checked on the map, but we'll do it here as we get to it. I'm going to remember as soon as we get there. Lily's Grains, that was it. Lily's Grains and Milky Way. So we've got our milk sell point, which is just here. And then we've got Lily's Grains, which is just here. Again, massive open space, and this is part of that section that when you buy it for €0, you get all of this. So yeah, I mean, you can add more stuff in if you wanted to. With the slot count down at 374 when you come onto this on Farm Manager or start from scratch, it does give you a bit more scope to add placeables and things that you want to put onto the map. Nice features. So we're going to come into the main yard now for WYTHER FARMS. And this is where all of our animals are based, apart from the horses, but the rest of the animals are based here. Again, plenty of space, loads of open areas. It's not tight yards, it's not difficult to manoeuvre. This is another one of those maps, I think, if you're a beginner, I know it sounds a bit, I don't want it to sound arrogant, it's, if you're new to the game, you know, if you're looking for a map that's not overly complicated, it's not hard to navigate, it's not difficult to get in and out of yards, especially if you're getting used to the machinery and manoeuvring vehicles around and that kind of thing. Plenty of open space. We've got our sheep pen over here. The sheep pen holds 400. Our dialogue box is just here. This will hold 400. And we've got our feed and water triggers just here. The spawn point for wool pallets is under this shelter here. Just there. Plenty of barn and shelter space. And we'll cross over the road just here. So that would mean about the Canadian flag as well. So we've got the Scottish flag, Canadian flag. Bit more of our machinery dotted around the yard. The big 1 million litre silo is just here. Putting into the silo is there. Taking out of the silo is just there. We do have another workshop as well here at the main farm. Just in there. Then we come around just opposite here in front of us is the chicken pen. The chicken pen will hold 300. The feed trough is to the side there. The spawn point for egg boxes is just to the left. And then we've got these little silos here. Now these silos will hold seed and lime. The left hand one holds seed, that one holds lime. They're 100,000 litres each. I think you start off on New Farm with 1,000 litres in each one, I think. But they are storage for those. On our right, we've got our pig pen. Our pigs will hold 250. Our animal dialogue box is just there. Feed trough is just there. Water trough is just there. Now, the only thing I will say is I'm not sure, and I apologise for that, I'm not sure where the straw goes. Potentially in here. Oh yeah, look, we've got a trigger thing. I just saw the trigger thing there. So I would pretty much say that for putting your bedding in, that's going to be in this section here. Glad I checked that. We've then got our cow barn, which is just over here. The cows hold 400. We've got our milk point just there. We've got our feed trough along the front there. Our water trough is over to the side here. Our dialogue box is just here, so buying, selling, loading or unloading is just there. Nice big pasture. Now we've got a digestate tank. Now what's interesting with this, and again I haven't tested this yet though, we've got 2 trigger boxes. So normally with a digestate tank, because they're producing digestate, you just come and collect from it. So I'm wondering whether this is an input and an output, or whether it's just 2 triggers that, yeah, I'm not sure. So maybe you can put into it as storage as well as take out, possibly. Possibly. And then we've got manure point just there. That's another one that I'm assuming, because I haven't put any animals in this yet, I'm assuming that will fill automatically, but it may, even if it doesn't, and you have to clean them out. You clean them out and you'll put the manure in there. So either one of those will happen. And we've got 2 pretty large bunker silos just here. Silage clamps, silage pits, however you want to refer to them. Just here. And we've got another exit entrance in and out of the farm just up there off the road. And a bit more machinery. No, we haven't. I thought we had something in there. Did I imagine that? Well, we've got a shelter anyway. Maybe I did. I've been past so many different shelters on so many different maps, it's hard to recall. Actually, while we're here, there was something else I was going to show you. I spoke about this a while ago. If I've forgotten something, I apologise. If I missed something, I apologise. Like I've said so many times before, on any of these things, there's a lot of information I've got jotted down. There's a lot of information I'm trying to remember. Sometimes I miss things, and it happens. And if I have, I apologise. Now, I spoke about the collisions. Fences and hedges have collisions, but if I very quickly, I'm going to say very quickly, if I get myself a chainsaw, like so, turn it on and twist it. Where you've got posts, and you'll see posts in amongst these, there's another one there. If I go to the post, down and boom, just knock that off there if you want to. Come on, knock off. There we go. When we take the posts out, it removes hedges. Now, you will have to come along and collect up the bits of wood and then grind out the stumps, or if you want to, I haven't tried it, but I would think the T-Rex or something like that that's designed for moving trees, if you just come along and if you're not bothered about keeping the wood at all, you can probably just come along to each of these with the T-Rex and just remove those posts completely and the hedge sections will go. So any of the areas on the map that have got those, you can remove them. So you can combine fields, you can make new entrances into fields if you want to. Especially with a lot of the modded things as well, you might be able to put new gateways in and that kind of thing. But again, nice option, nice touch, good to have it on there so you can remove hedge sections if and when you want to. From here then, we are going to head north. I think we've covered everything. I'm just looking down at my sheet. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So we're going to head north up from here. We're going to head up to the sawmill. The forestry up the top. Some maps, they do a thing where if you want to do forestry, you buy like the whole forest and it's like $1.5 million, 2 million, that kind of thing. I've always been a firm believer that if people haven't done forestry before and want to give it a go, you don't want to have to save up $1.5 million, 2 million to buy a forest, to do it for 5 minutes and think, well, you know, I don't like this, this isn't for me. I know you can sell it back. I know in speaking to MISSYB a while back, and I said about, you know, partition it into smaller chunks, because that way if you want to have a go, you can get a cheaper plot, buy it, have a go. If you don't like it, doesn't matter then, it hasn't broken the bank and you can sell it back again, but to get to that point hasn't cost you an absolute fortune. Now here you can see kind of the back of the map. We are at the very northern point of the map here. There's loads of forestry, no shortage of it, whatever you want to do. You can buy it in chunks. Whoa, careful. We'll swing around up here. And from here is where it kind of goes way, way further out. So this is Knight's Sawmill. We've got a wood chip sell point and we've got a lumber sell point just down here. Again, nice big open area. This section you can buy for $0 as part of that kind of package deal. But if we look on the map, let's go on to here. So we went, oh yeah, I haven't gone back to this, have I? We went all the way back up there. We did the store. We came back along here. We did the shop. We did the lake area here with the island in the middle. And we did the petrol station. We came back up and we did Lily's Grains, Milky Way, I'm sure it said Milky Way, and the main farm area just here. And then we headed all the way up here. So as you see, we came along that little bit there, but the forestry, it's huge. So a big area, and like I say, you can buy it in chunks, and it's not expensive. For any of these small bits, even that one, 107, if you just want to have a go, just to start out, 60 grand for the one that's around the sawmill, right on top of the sawmill, have a go. If you don't like it, it hasn't been a horrendous expense. That's a nice feature. Very cool indeed. So, again, the Canadian flag flying over the sawmill. Wood chip to the left, lumber to the right. I saw the mill pond round the back and thought, oh, a mill pond, that's awesome. It doesn't work. You actually don't go onto it at all. I did cut a tree down to try, and I threw a log on, and it was like hitting ice. It went dunk and just sat. I thought, oh, okay. So it's not actually a mill pond. I mean, it is a mill pond, but it's not a working mill pond. Let's put it that way. So that's here up at Knight's Sawmill, and I'm pretty sure. I think I think I've covered as much as I had on my list. Oh, that was the thing I was going to show you, wasn't I? Sorry. Just remembered. Let's go back to that. When we came up that main road from the biogas plant. Yeah, so this was the bit I was talking about. Come up from the biogas plant. We've got this big placeable area there. That's the big placeable area that's got loads of trees and stuff on it. So if you want to use that placeable area, you need to clear the trees first before you use them. So there we go. That's WYTHER FARMS by MISSYB. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.